Yeah, I'm guessing because it was cold, the grease had to keep them warm or something. Only thing I can think of, because you're black enough to know that black parents put Vaseline on their kids in the wintertime in the cold weather.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Did you say Chardonnay?
Indeed, that's what I'm drinking today.
Bro, some words should not come out of your mouth.
Why?
You can't say Chardonnay. You can't look like you and say Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I got the whiskey to go with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like,
gotta keep it G.
There's certain words where you look at a person and then when you say the word, it just makes you go, that screw face. Like, why you know that word?
Oh man.
Like empathetic. I ain't never heard a hood person say, you know what? I'm feeling real empathetic right now.
That's not a word. That's not a word anybody says on a regular basis.
Yeah. You got to be empathetic. You know what I mean? You ever imagine if you heard that hood conversation? Nah, man. You know what I mean? I can't be doing that shit, yo. You got to be real empathetic. You know what I mean?
But you know what's funny though? It actually might make sense. Depends on who's saying it and what's going on.
Yeah. You know, two dudes in jail fighting.
No.
Empathetic to my space.
I can't see that. Oh man.
Speaking of jail, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast, and I feel like I'm back home. It's been a minute because life goes its directions, and you and I both been running around taking care of crap.
Ooh.
Bro.
Oh yeah.
It feels good. It feels good to see your face again. However,
yeah, man. No homo, I got you. Yeah.
No, not homo. I'm talking about no matter how, like
I'm trying to see where you're going with this.
You ain't the prettiest dude in the world. Just
I'm the sexiest motherfucker in the world, man. Shit, I know it.
Yeah, right. You and Grimace.
I looked it up on Google. I said, "Who's the sexiest motherfucker in the world?" I said, "You are." I said, "Cool."
God damn, I didn't know Google was a pathological liar.
Hey, really? You didn't know?
Bro, Google says that I am of Vietnamese descent. No, it says I'm of Caucasian American descent.
You see my face just. Even that's even worse than Vietnamese. I can.
Bro, you should look up someone like if you ever just Wikipedia yourself. Well, yours might come up like different because you might just hit a whole ton of Chris Brown.
Yeah, who knows?
You type my name up and just for for shits and giggles, look up like Wikipedia. Dude, some of the shit they come up with, I was like, who the hell's doing this research?
Yeah, for real. That's funny.
Yeah. So like I was saying, speaking of jail. The movie we got, God damn it.
You gonna drink?
No, I need you to talk about the movie that you picked for us to watch, because in true Christopher Brown fashion, I haven't picked the movie yet. I gotta look at something real quick.
You pull one of my numbers. Pick that shit right before the podcast starts.
I am picking shit in the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm whole new levels.
Oh man, it's been a I ain't gonna say a rough week. It's just been a really, really interesting week. As my uncle used to say, I have my child, but they don't have me. But so the movie that I picked was Runaway Train. It was on HBO Max, old school movie. I think it was 88?
I don't know when it was made. I didn't really see. I didn't really look up the date. I just know I knew the two actors on the cover.
1985. There you go.
Yeah, they look young as shit in the cover. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be a.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to show the cover. Well, this is not the cover on HBO Max, but hopefully the viewers can see it. They're definitely the cover. Shit, no, there we go.
Yeah, that ain't the cover at all.
Yeah.
The cover, if you go on HBO Max, the cover that's on there has a picture of John Voight and Eric Roberts in it.
Yeah. But online, it actually adds the girl's name, Rebecca De Mornay.
Yeah, Rebecca De Mornay.
Yeah. Has she been in any other movie? I want to say she has, but
She has. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I know that name because I remember when I was younger, I used to see stuff with her in there.
okay. So yeah, this movie I picked. Um, of course, for starters, what are you drinking on before we get situated?
All right. So what am I drinking on? So
Yeah, what am I'm drinking on? Yes, what are you drinking on?
as of yesterday, whatever. I speaks hood.
Hey, you better chill out. You see, they did the Aquafina.
Bro,
Matter of fact, shout out to Aquafina because I like that girl.
yeah, me too. I mean,
It's a
listen,
product of her culture, and that's what it
yeah,
is.
you are not speaking with a black sense, whatever that is. You
You
are
were you were from
with
Queens.
urban vernacular.
Yeah.
We understand. I am drinking on actually, so this is the cider that got me hooked on hard ciders. It's actually one of my favorite hard ciders. Not my favorite anymore because I've had some that have, reached up there. That Mass Appeal.
Yeah.
There was this not Bogan's, Goins heirloom hard cider that I had in Napa. Like those take the cake. But this is
So
the
this
cider that made me fall in love with cider.
so this is the original.
Yes.
This is the gateway that opened up your
Yes.
cider
Uh,
philosophies or whatever you want to call it.
my cider journey, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So this is the original Magner's Irish cider.
Huh, I never heard of that.
Oh, it's the good stuff. Whenever I was in the UK, I used to always get this.
Nice. Actually, it looks like it's from. I was just it looks like it's from like a London or
Yeah,
like a pub type of beer or cider.
yeah, from the juice of 17 apple varieties. So it's a mutt.
Well, alcohol percentage.
Alcohol percentage on this is just a 4.5.
Okay, so a cool little drink.
Yeah, and I'm liking the fact that it's in the bottle.
Look, I actually see the bottle. I see the bottle dripping sweat. And that actually looks kind of enticing.
Well, yeah, because I got it in my bowl with ice and water.
Gotcha.
One of my favorite things is because I have this magnet right now is I get to whip out the bass.
What the fuck? Oh God! What the fuck is that?
Largemouth bass. It's a largemouth bass.
I was trying to figure what the connection was, but then I saw the top of it. Like, okay, it's the bottle opener.
Yeah, it's a bottle opener.
That's
I'm
cool.
waiting to use this on camera, man. How sophisticated this makes me look.
I just bite the shit off.
I know you do, because you got freaking wooden teeth like George Washington.
These zombies are strong. You know what I'm saying?
How about you? What you got? What kind of Chardonnay does old ritzy ass Chris got?
Ritzy ass.
You live in the boonies, now you drinking.
Huh?
Yeah, so you live in the boonies, now you drinking Chardonnay.
No, shit. I buy a lot of different wines just to have, and I actually opened up the Chardonnay yesterday, so this is what I've been drinking, or day before rather. So, I think the same brand as the other ones I've been drinking, Stone Creek, I believe.
So is Stone Creek your dollar store special?
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's why I go just rack up on all the cheap wines that just get the job done.
Okay.
And of course, it never changes, people. It never changes.
Do they have different types of Jack Daniel's whiskey? Not just.
Of course they do, but I don't like them. Honey's too sweet. Fire tastes like Fireball. Apple's too sweet. No, I'm gritty. I like that gritty stuff. You know what I'm saying? Reminds me of my roots. How we used to run, barefoot back in the day.
Running from pit bulls.
Yeah. Running from a lot of things. Child support.
Jumping the fence. A pit bull is chasing you is like the scariest, most adrenaline rush thing maybe that I've ever done. And I've done some dumb shit.
Yeah. Shit, a dog chasing you in general. Shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I picked Runaway Train. And as for starters, the same question you asked me. Did you like the movie?
Okay, hold on. I think I found the movie for me. It's actually something I've been meaning to watch. You might have watched it. We'll see.
I hope not.
If you haven't, I got a second one. But did I like the movie? That's a tough question. That's a tough question. So we were talking earlier, and I told you I think it kind of might have felt like we was watching two different movies. Like you was watching one, because when you said I'm an hour into it, but it's got my attention.
Yeah.
And then I'll be honest, when I was an hour into it, I was like, what the fuck has Chris's attention?
Okay.
It's just I don't know. Maybe because when I first watched it, I was half asleep, so I kind of dozed off at parts. So I had to go back and rewatch it. But
Okay.
maybe I was just focused on the wrong things. It's definitely of its time. It's an 80s. It's a movie. It was made.
Yeah. You know what? I actually thought about that before we get into the movie. I thought about that's 1985.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2022, 37 years later.
Hold on. Before we start talking,
You ready? For
hold on. We're gonna have largemouth Larry over here.
you named the opener?
Bro, it's not my opener. It's my best friend.
So wait, like you're
My best
struggling.
friend. He my best friend.
Oh gosh. Actually, you know what? That's actually not bad because if this is my best friend and you got the opener, maybe we were.
He's only brought out on special occasions.
Okay.
I don't know if I should be wasting this special occasion on this movie, but
the movie wasn't bad, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Well, cheers.
Yes, indeed. Cheers.
Man, listen, you are delicious. You've never had Magners?
I never heard of it.
Bro, I don't know. It's actually got a little bit of that, a little bit more of a beer flavor than like most said. It's not super sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
If I actually find it, I will try it because the bottle alone looks interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like I know you done had kinds of all crazy kind of colors and stuff, but for some reason that one stands out. Don't know why.
Yeah. Because it's you. Simple
but effective.
To the point. And this is delicious. I don't know about you. That's delicious.
You're never gonna know if I'm delicious or not. That's just not something that we're gonna talk about.
When I was at Friendly's, I think it was after you left, I used to walk around with a name tag that said, "My name is Delicious."
Oh God.
All right. So yeah. So I don't know if I like the movie.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad I watched it. But like I said, I think I might have been focusing on the wrong parts. And that being the fact that like it was made in 1985, so they made a lot of 1985 decisions.
Yeah. The production was 1985. I mean, I have to learn how to not look at everything so deeply.
Yeah.
Like if you cut for one scene, why is there sunlight in the next scene? You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, it's like I have to focus on the story of the movie. And that's, I think, why I like this movie, because it challenges my own self of what to really look for. And actually, focus to really watch the movie versus what am I looking for? You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm one of those people that just, maybe sometimes my focus, the minute it gets pulled away, I start looking for all those.
Yeah.
Not focusing on the story. So I was trying to like listen in for like some deep thoughts, some quotes. And I'm pretty sure there were some quotes in there because obviously like it dealt with like criminals and shit like that. I don't know. They kind of just went by the wayside because of other things we'll get into. Okay, so you tell me why you like the movie.
I liked it for the fact of it being an older movie. It did keep my interest. I had to learn how to not focus on little cheesy parts in it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I actually liked it, because it made me challenge myself to not be a part of everyday society, to not want instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody nowadays, Facebook, they want this, everything is on an app. It actually really was about being patient for me.
Yeah.
And just watching the movie.
Okay. So just out of curiosity, you think you're giving this movie a little too much credit?
No, I mean, I'm just saying why I liked it. Oh, trust me, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 6 or a 7. You know what I'm saying? For me.
Really?
Yeah.
6 or a 7.
Yeah, because it's.
They give me another movie that might fall on in that same line. 6 or 7 for you.
6 or 7.
I just want to see what you lumped together with this movie.
What? Well, see, because honestly, in my opinion, I think you just moving around too much to actually really, really pay attention to the movie.
Maybe. I'll give you that. I might have just been like, I was literally running around all day, pulled in every direction, and sitting down and watching the movie was the first time I had time to just chill and just do something that I didn't have to do with work.
Yeah.
In doing so, I think like my tiredness took over. I wasn't fully there. So when I watched it the second time, I don't know, I tried to pull stuff from it, but I just kept remembering shit from the first time.
And that's what I'm saying. You were trying to pull something from it versus just watching the movie. See what I'm saying?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, because I pulled things from it, but nothing like over the top, like, yo, I didn't think about it like that. But it was like, okay,
Yeah.
I could see what they was trying to do in the movie, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I feel like today you're gonna be the good cop, I'm gonna be the bad cop.
uh,
Just in what we saw or pulled out of the movie. That's all I'm thinking.
well, yeah, like I said, I give it a 6 or 7 because if I was scanning television and stopped the cross and let it play, I wouldn't be mad that I stopped to watch it. If that makes sense.
Okay, no, I get that. I get
You
that.
know
I
what
don't know
I'm
if I'd
saying?
agree, but I get that.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna pick this movie to watch if I'm scanning for a movie to watch.
Yeah.
But if I was scanning and the remote stopped or the channel stopped on this channel, while I go get a drink and come back and it's playing, if it gets me at the right part, I might stop to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Just to finish it out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd probably stop and watch just because I like John Voight. I like Eric Roberts, and to a lesser extent, I like Rebecca De Mornay. I don't remember what other movie she was in, but I know I've seen movies with her that I like.
Gotcha.
Eric Roberts and John Voight, like I like them as actors, so that's why I was like, oh, okay, and 1985 movie that they're in.
You could definitely tell they were young because Roberts was the was he Falcone or Maroni in Dark Knight?
He is he's Salvatore Maroni.
Okay, he's Maroni in Dark Knight. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, Carmine Falcone was in Batman Begins, and he's Salvatore Maroni. But so the thing is, I've been a big fan of Eric Roberts since, I don't know if you ever seen Best of the Best. That's one of my favorite movies. It's like a karate movie for him and a group of people. Like they make the U.S. team, and then they go up against the Korea team in like in Taekwondo tournament.
Yeah, that's what.
No, but like here's the thing: like the dudes that were on the American team, like they made Eric Roberts look like he could fight. I don't know if he could fight for real, but they made him look like he could fight. And then Tommy was nasty. Everyone else, you're like, come on, you can't even throw a punch. You made the U.S. national team.
Okay. With that being said, because when did this movie come out? The one you're talking about, Best of the Best.
It's in the 80s. I'm not exactly sure when.
Only reason I'm asking is because Eric Roberts' character in this movie, he's a boxer.
Yeah.
In jail.
Yeah.
So maybe he did have a fighting background.
I don't know, but he's like, in Best of the Best, he's dope in there. I like him in that movie. But like the other dudes in the movie, like you remember the fat white dude in the beginning of Rush Hour, the one that has all the bombs in the back.
Yeah.
So he's one of the fighters on the American team.
The dude from Quick Romano that had the porn stash or whatever.
I think so. I think that was him in there. Yeah.
Oh man.
Like his name is Chris Penn. I think that's Sean Penn's brother. I'm not positive. But
okay.
Yeah. He was like, yeah. Go watch Best of the Best. Is
okay. Cool.
Right.
So
that's how we feel about the movie. So ready to get into some spoilers?
Yeah. It's definitely an older style movie, but I think it would be appreciated by older people if they didn't see it.
Yeah. All right. First of all, whoever made this goddamn movie must have really loved some trains. They must have really loved some trains.
Why do you say that?
Because like I was like, man, a lot of the movie is about how you switch trains on tracks.
Okay.
I was like, they really like.
Okay.
To me, to a lesser extent, the friction between the main characters took a back seat once you started talking to all the people working in the train station.
But see, okay, because I get that part, but then it goes to a breakdown part in the movie where, remember, the guy comes in with the bathrobe, and I guess he's like the main guy in the office. Yeah. But the guy that's running the computer is the one that built the system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're looking at him to make a decision. You built it. And of course, later on down the line in the movie, and they're all sitting there. He's watching TV. He's looking at the spaceships and everything. He's like, I don't get it. He's like, all this technology. Now, this is back in the 80s. Yeah. So, there's nowhere near technology what it is now. But back then, of course, trains must have been taking a turn, must have moved with the times and getting better. He's like, all this technology, and we still can't fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just made me think of today. No matter what we do with technology, how easy to make it, whatever, there's still going to be some broken shit that we just can't fix.
No, I understand that, but like I guess the reason why it pulled me out of the movie is because it's like making a movie about a couple who just got married and they're trying their best to buy their first home together.
Okay.
All of a sudden, they go to buy the house, and all of a sudden, the movie becomes about the paperwork of buying a house and not actually what this couple's going through in order to buy the house. That's what happened here. Like, I thought it felt like the buildup was going to be about the dude escaping jail and the friction going on between those two. Then all of a sudden, it just became about, hey, can we switch onto the right track?
Well, see, I think that's where you missed it, because it was about them breaking out of jail, and they,
Until they got to the train.
Yeah, because they tried to get out, but they didn't plan on the conductor having a heart attack.
Oh, no, I understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
It kind of lost to me. It kind of lost focus off those guys and became about the train. All right, let's go back to the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
Right, so, if this isn't the most GED caricature of a jail I'd ever seen in my life, so I get.
Oh God, GED caricature. Okay, I like that. I gotta send a text. Okay, but I'm listening to you. Go ahead, talk.
I get why kids in the 80s would see movies like this and be like, no, I ain't never going to jail. Sorry, I ain't never gonna go to jail. Because this jail looked, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's literally, if you were trying to come up with this like worst case scenario, this is what happens in jail. That was this movie. Like, the inmates get to walk around freely. The inmate went and talked. He got to go talk to the guard and have him put the thing on the intercom for no reason. And then when the cops were trying to get him to turn it off, he was like, nah, we just gonna let it go. We just gonna let it go. I'm like, what kind of fucking security guard is this?
But that's the whole phrase of what training day. It ain't what you know. No, he said it ain't what you can prove, but ain't what you know is who you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you got some connections, shit. You saw Shawshank Redemption. Red could get everything. Yeah,
but then they went into the jail thing and like there's fires everywhere, fucking papers all flying out. This motherfucker climbed up the damn railing.
That's because the head dude in the movie, John Voight,
he beat his case.
Yeah, so
they had him. He was okay. So John Voight is supposed to be like this crazy ass criminal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the warden like welded him shut into his cell for 3 years, which begs the question: how'd that motherfucker take a shower in 3 years?
I mean, they had to let him out and take a shower at least.
They say he welded him shut into the thing. What does that mean?
Yeah, true. I didn't even think about that. Now that skipped past me.
Yeah, it was just like, it was so like over the top jail that I started laughing.
Yeah, because I did find it kind of fun. Okay, when they was doing the boxing match, they had the gay dudes walking around with the with the cards and shit.
I was like, what is this, the longest yard?
Look, that's really what it felt like. I really felt like at the beginning it was a mixture of The Longest Yard and Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, John Voight's character, I guess, was a G because everybody in the jail
looked up to him.
Looked up to him. He was like, I don't know what he did that made everyone look up to him. But everyone looked up to him. Man, hold on. But it was so like wild and over the top that it was hard for me to view it in a serious manner, like at all.
Okay. I just got a text from somebody, a screenshot of a text message. This shit kind of tripped me out for a minute.
Is it the one I sent you?
Yeah, I was gonna say it, but since you put out the
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Oh man.
I was gonna ask if you got that.
Man, I'm trying to be in tune with this, but because you said that, like, why would he send me something I'm talking to him? So I'm like, maybe it's some secret code or something.
I said it earlier.
Oh, okay. We just came through now. Go figure.
I said it earlier, like maybe about 10 minutes before we got on.
Oh, okay.
It was literally because I was having a conversation with our buddy, and then he asked me that. So I just replied in a Surratt manner.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so it was like, it felt, the beginning of the movie felt like a caricature or a cartoon version of jail. So it was hard for me to like take it seriously.
Yeah.
And that's part of like I love John Voight as an actor, but man, however he was talking, bro.
Oh, his accent.
Yeah. Come
Yeah.
on, man. What are you doing, man? I'm gonna get you, man.
Come on, sucker. Everything was sucker. Make me wonder if that's a Booker T got it.
No, but
you never take me alive, sucker. Let's go.
Yeah. You come get me. I'm right here, sucker. Come get me. Yeah. And I was like,
what do you say? In the part where she's like, you're never gonna make it. He said, I'll fly like a little baby. I can just fly over there. I don't know if you want to call that great acting or just like what the hell is going on here.
I think it's like overacting or scene stealing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like Jim Carrey does that a lot in his movies, but like he's doing comedies, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But I think that to me, that's the biggest thing that pulled me out of this movie. Between Eric Roberts. Come on, yeah. He's getting now, guys. He's about to get, yeah. And he was like so over the top.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know if I'm supposed to take this seriously.
Yeah, because there were some parts where it was over the top. Like even when they meet the girl, and he's like, "You want to get a good fuck?" I was like, "Why was that in the movie?" You know what I'm saying? Like that was just like so extra for no reason.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, you looking real, yeah. Hey, want to get a good fuck?" And I was like, "Oh shit,
this shit just got creepy." Oh man.
Okay, yeah, but that's okay. So I guess we've landed on what my biggest issue with it. It's not necessarily that it's bad, good storyline, whatever. It's I couldn't take it seriously because it felt so over the top.
Gotcha. Certain parts, okay, which I will agree with you. Certain parts did feel like, okay, that was extra acting for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think of their break out of jail scheme?
I'm trying to figure out how it was so fucking easy.
I didn't know you could walk out the fucking jail with a thing full of fucking laundry.
Yeah, and then why was Debo the guard?
He got distracted by some titties.
He said, what did he say? White pussy gets him up every time. Oh man.
You know what my favorite part of this movie is? And it's coming up right now.
Uh-huh.
My favorite part of this movie is when he goes, nah, I'm going with him. He grabs all the clothes and goes in there.
Yeah.
Dude is butt naked lubing up. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing because it was cold, the grease had to keep him warm or something. Only thing I can think of, because you're black enough to know that black parents put Vaseline on their kids in the wintertime in the cold weather. You know what I'm saying? So what that I can think of.
He was like, okay, he was all right, lube up. You gotta lube up. So he took off his clothes, lubed up, wrapped himself in saran wrap.
Yeah.
Then put the clothes back on. So yeah, it's probably to keep them warm. But then they done jumped in the water. So
you saw that. I was like, man, they're in the water, in the snow in Alaska. I know that shit is fucking Negatron cold.
Is that where the movie was, in Alaska?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know where it was. I didn't know it was snowing.
Yeah. The prison was in Alaska, whatever. So and then
what would you do if you ever got sent to prison in Alaska?
Shit, what could you do? It's dark 6 months of the year.
Yeah, I know. But like, I mean, would you like if you coming from Springfield, Chicago, and all of a sudden, yeah, you're going to jail and they send you to Alaska. Like, would you feel defeated, or would you be like, maybe hopefully I can get out and experience the wilderness?
I'll never feel defeated, ever. I will become one with my surroundings and figure some shit out. Nah, honestly, I don't know, man. Alaska, it's like when I think of Alaska, all I think about is Eskimos and cold ass fucking weather and ice fishing.
Yeah.
Like what I'm gonna eat?
I don't know, salmon, or in your case, salmon.
There's an L in there, but shit. I mean, I just don't see them having good food there. Not saying that they don't, because I never been, but I'm just like, and then you in jail, so you ain't got no good food no way. But I don't know. I think it'd just be a sucky ass situation. Jail sucky in the regardless, but
I ain't never been. You tell us how it is. I ain't never been.
Look, I ain't never been either. I've been to the county.
No. Listen, you've been to jail. You just ain't been.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've been to jail. I mean, nah, trust me. Nah.
It's not for you.
Nah, that shit. Nah, hell, that shit is it's a brutal place. It's what a lot of uneducated young kids that don't know nothing but the end of their block.
Yeah.
They think the world is the corner that they came from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I went to jail, which, I was older, but I didn't go I went for my own stupidity, but it was because of somebody else lying on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when I went, I was just looking around everybody like, you kids are, because they're really, really kids. Like even the older people in there are kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just haven't mentally got to that point. Like there's so much more to life than being that dude on the block, and then you get some street credit, you're in jail.
Yeah.
This shit is not fucking fun. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I don't know why people look up to people who've been to jail.
No.
I mean, I get the idea of someone who's had life experience, so maybe you can learn something off them. But like some people, like especially like where we grew up, people would glorify people who went to jail. I never understood that. I never understood why it was glorified.
Man, look, I've been to prison. Like that's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Like stop.
Yeah.
Ignorant stuff. Like how you gonna don't be proud of something you ain't supposed to do.
Yeah, really. You know what I'm saying?
When you were in jail, did you ever come across a warden like this one?
Nah, they actually, because I was only in there for 8 days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me being me, I mean, I thank God that the life I grew up with trained me for a whole lot of shit that I ended up going through.
Yeah.
Because I just stayed to myself and just watched everything. And this is after the military. This is after, life enough at that moment. So I knew just to sit back and just analyze, you know what I'm saying? And know who you got to watch, know what's going on. And the wardens and shit, shit. You are literally a piece of shit in jail. Nobody gives a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Even the people outside don't give a fuck about you. And I'm gonna say that, you know what I'm saying? Because out of sight, out of mind, you know what I mean? I mean, they might think about you, want the best for you, but they can't do shit for you. You know what I'm saying? So life doesn't stop for them. They got to keep going to that 9 to 5 or doing whatever they do on an everyday basis. So they catch up with you when they can catch up with you. And if they never do, shit, you're in jail. You ain't going to win no time soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
I mean, the warden in this movie was.
I think he was like more of a cat and mouse person. Like he wanted to get his man. Like he wanted to win.
He looked like he was, I think he was just like a fucking, what's the doctor? The doctor in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, I thought that. I was sitting there thinking Dr. Robotnik. I was like, yo, this
exactly like Dr. Robotnik.
I was like, this dude looks really, really weird looking. You know what I'm saying? Had the nasty stash.
Yeah, and his mannerisms, where he eats gum. I was just like,
yeah.
It's all like, if you told me back in the day, hey, write a cartoon version of a break out of jail movie with jail characters and all that stuff, I feel like I would write a lot of the characters like this.
Really?
Yeah. It's just so over the top and cartoony. That's why I don't know. Was this movie meant to be taken seriously?
I think 85. I think it was meant to be like a thriller, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because isn't that when what year did Silence of the Lambs come out?
I have no idea, dog. 90s.
Because I feel like the way the movie was shot and the cameras and everything else, they weren't far off of each other.
Yeah.
So I think that was that era of trying to write like a good thriller.
Yep. And
if Silence of the Lambs came up before then they tried to compete with that type of setting, but of course nah.
Yeah.
They happening. But yeah. I don't know.
All right. So these dudes break out of jail and they're running through the wilderness.
Yeah.
Listen, I've never run through snow like that. I mean, I have, but just not in that way. But like, they made it look way too easy. I know running in snow ain't that fucking easy, especially up there in Alaska.
Oh no, of course. Well, shit, we're from Massachusetts. We know what the snow is like up there.
Yeah.
But I will say this: when you just broke out of something, you want to get free. You get energy out of nowhere. Yeah. It just comes. I remember I broke into school one day and
You broke into school?
Yeah, it was after hours.
Okay.
Did I never tell you the story? No. Came in from the volleyball game, and I know there was one classroom in there that had a bunch of snacks that they would sell to students. So me and my homeboy, because he was taller than me, lifted me up. I cracked the window, got in, pulled him in. We get there, end up getting to the shop. If for some reason I want to be a master lock picker growing up, so I would actually practice like on my own leisure time with safety pins and all kinds of stuff, learning how to pick locks.
Yeah.
And needless to say, I got kind of good at it. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up picking the lock to get into this classroom, and we heard somebody whistling. So we look up, and I grab a bunch of snacks, throw them in my hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And I run to hide behind the desk. Homeboy takes off running down the middle of the classroom. In the I guess it was custodian. He came from the back, and he's seen us, so he's chasing them. So I'm hiding behind the desk, and when I see him run by me, I get up and take off the opposite direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he sees me and turns around like, I see you, you know what I'm saying? So now he leaves homeboy alone. He chases me, and I am jumping down flights of stairs. I'm talking like leaping. This is when my body was still in good shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Get outside. He runs outside, and for some odd reason, I run up the door where his car is parked. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So this is at Putnam now. And, you know, this is the old Putnam. So Putnam and Side Tech were side by side.
Yep.
And I run out. I'm running. I drop half of my snacks. And I'm like, no, I need those. But I look up and he's in the car. I'm like, oh shit, fuck it. I run around, join in front of Side Tech. And luckily for me, I had a camouflage book bag at the time. Mm-hmm. I dove into the bushes and put my bag in front. It just sat there for like an hour. You know what I'm saying? he drove around looking for me, couldn't find whatever. But I need to say, I brought all that up to say is when you're being chased or you got to get away, your energy kicks in like out of nowhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you might be able to, your determination to want to live is you're gonna go. You're adrenaline, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you might be able to run through the snow like that if you know you got to get away. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't think I've ever ran away in that kind of scenario. I think the only time I really ran that hard, I remember it might have been like I was leaving school. I got off the bus for school in the wintertime, and I was walking, and this car came by, and it had to be only 5 feet away from me, and I launched a snowball at the car like full speed, just launched that, and all of a sudden the car hit the brakes. So I just took off running full speed. It comes back, starts chasing me down, and I'm going down the street, and I just turn, I jump one fence, run, jump another fence, and I hear the guy stop. He goes, "Come back here, I'll get you back, you little shit." And I'm hiding in the bushes in one of the yards. I was like, oh okay. But no, wow. I get it. It's not quite nearly as, catastrophic as yours, but
what I'm saying is when you got to run though, that energy kicks in. It's like I think the body has reserve energy for.
It's that fight or flight mode. Like that's hits some reserves, man. All right, so these dudes get to the train station, and for some odd reason, my man wants a specific type of train.
Yeah, he did. He did put that out. He's like, "Why that one?" Yeah, he's like, "Because I want it."
This is why I say I think whoever wrote this movie really liked trains, because they really went into like, the how trains are, like how they switch tracks. He pointed out a specific type of train for him to get on. Like, I really think they just had a thing for trains and said, "Let me write a movie." Some trains.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, but he did say that. He was just like, "Why this train?" He's like, "Because I want it, sucker." The fuck is calling me?
And I want it.
Man. But so yeah, they get on the train, and
if you was escaping jail.
Oh God, okay.
If you was escaping jail and you had to run towards some kind of vehicle, okay? Any kind of vehicle, what would you choose and why?
Oh wow. Come on. This day and age, what type of vehicle would I choose and why? Okay, if I know how to hotwire a car, I'm going old school because there's no GPS on it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's if I know how to hotwire a car. If I don't know how to do that and I just got to get away, I'm looking for a vehicle.
Yep. Even if you happen on public transportation, even if yeah, which public transportation would you choose?
Probably a taxi.
Taxi? Why?
If taxi still existed, because if you can move quick enough, you can have a taxi take you around town and get the fuck out of run without paying quickly. You know what I'm saying? A bus you got to pay to get on. A train you got to buy a ticket. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking in the fact of having no money because I just broke out of jail. You know what I'm saying? I got to find a way to get a few extra blocks as quick as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Probably a taxi.
I think a taxi too. I think buses. I think everything else has too many stops.
Yeah.
Like even a bus. Like the thing with the bus is you can get on a bus and then you can hide out on the bus.
Mm-hmm. But there's cameras on the bus too. Am I right?
I don't know. Are there?
This day and age probably.
Yeah. It's either that a bus or a subway, I think would be my choice. But the thing with some of those is like, sometimes you're on like the subway, at least the stops aren't they're not close, but they're quick. Mm-hmm. So you can get on and get off before someone gets to the next stop to wait for you. Whereas like you take a train, you take, a plane or something like that, like they can make a call and be like, all right, they can have people waiting for you when you get off.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was gonna say either that or find you a cargo ship and hopefully you could sneak on there and just take that shit wherever it goes and make it.
And you might end up in Shanghai, bro.
I'm about to say make a new life. What homeboy say, jackass? I'll start a new life in here. I don't care. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Remember back in the day before cell phones and all that stuff, like if you ran away or you were trying to escape people, you could literally go to like the next town and no one would know because there's no cell phones, no way to track people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just go two exits down the highway. You good.
But I've been hiding in the neighbor's basement for the last 13 years. Nobody knows, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Just like Eddie Griffin said, he goes, that ain't kidnapping, that's adoption.
No. Hell yeah. You said take this motherfucker. Oh man.
Kidnap him for 18 years. You gotta feed and clothe this little motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
That's adoption.
Oh man.
All right. So they get on this train and I figure they got it scot-free. It looked like they're going because no one knows they're there.
Mm-hmm.
No. Why does train only have 4 cars?
Because it was moving them. If I remember correctly, it was moving. It was supposed to be moving because they were all the engines. Yeah. They weren't,
it wasn't like cargo or anything.
Yeah. So I guess it's supposed to be moving them to do something else. And the guy had a heart attack and hit the lever, and
he turned the lever. It looked like he turned the lever on, and then that's when as he was backing up, he started having the heart attack.
Oh, okay.
So this man got out the fucking car.
He croaked after he turned the engine on.
Bro, when he fell off the train.
Okay, you know what? I actually forgot about that too just now because I thought that shit was the funniest shit in the world too.
I bust out laughing. I was like, "Oh, it looked like they just pushed a mannequin off the train." It was like
that was the most cheapest version of faking a jump that I think I've ever seen. Oh man,
it's like when they toss Jazz out the house in Fresh Prince.
Hell yeah, man.
So all right, so you can see why it was hard for me to take this movie seriously.
But you gotta remember, it's 85. They didn't have the same technology. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. That don't make it not funny.
It is funny. It is funny. I thought the same shit.
Oh my god, I was crying. I'm like, oh, it looked like they looked like they took a piece of carpet, just wrapped it up, and said, just push it off the ledge.
They're like a 3, 2, 1, let it go. Here we go. Oh man. Okay. So that happens.
Yeah. Now they're on the train.
Mm-hmm.
They're thinking they're good. They're like, oh yeah, it's moving. It's going fast. They think about where they're going and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start to realize like, hey, like something's wrong. It's going a little too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're blowing by freaking stops. Freaking they were trying to tell people to stop the train because they couldn't get a hold of whatever the conductor was or some shit like that.
Yeah.
What would you do if you were at that train station? You saw that shit flying by you. I'd be scared. I'd be scared as fuck.
Oh yeah, a train coming through that quick.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know for a fact your instinct's gonna tell you something ain't right.
Yeah.
Trains don't move that fast. You know what I'm saying?
So this is kind of a sad story, but when I was in middle school, I believe, when I was going to Kennedy, we used to have the same bus stop as I might have been at Central at the time. I might have been high school.
Okay.
One of them, but like there was this kid that was a friend of mine. I used to see him at the bus stop. He was he was in the same classes with my brother, but we all knew each other from the bus stop. And one day he was skipping school. Yeah, okay, it was Central. He was skipping school and going. He would, walk the train tracks all the way down to the Eastville Mall. Mm-hmm. And one day he was. What's that? No. I think it was from Central.
Okay.
He's just going down like Page Boulevard or down like Berkshire Ave and all that shit. Down to the Eastville Mall. But one day he was walking on the train tracks and they heard a train coming. Him and his boy, whatever, heard a train coming from behind him. So like he just tried to jump to the other side of the train tracks. He didn't look behind him. So when he didn't look behind him, he tried to jump to the other side. He actually jumped onto the tracks that the train was coming and his foot got stuck. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't end good.
Yeah, I bet.
Right, it was
because I remember that story growing up.
Yeah, it was. I want to say I was probably either a freshman in high school or in 8th grade, one of those two, because I do remember the bus stop for Central being right near the bus stop for Kennedy, so could have been that.
But I remember it was like a huge story.
Yeah.
So something tells me I obviously I didn't know do nothing like that.
Yeah,
but something tells me I know that story.
Yeah, I just remember. I want to say the reason why I think I was in middle school or something like that because I remember. I think being at the bus stop near Pottinger School. And I think I remember like while all that happened, I was still going to that bus stop.
Gotcha.
Yeah, trains is no joke.
Oh yeah, and you know what's so funny? They got the biggest horn in the world that nobody seems to hear.
Yeah, well, he was telling dude, hey, don't pull the horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you dumb?
Yeah. What are you dumb? Come on, sucker.
Look, you open the door. Is what you want to go out there and let them see you, sucker?
I swear, I think I'll be saying sucker from now on. That's 80s lingo.
Do you think in his mind, like this is how bad guys talk? Because he sounded like he was trying to do like the bad guys from like the 20s. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You really want some, man? Here we go. Come on.
I was trying to figure out if he's supposed to be because what's his name? Eric Roberts' character. Yep. He sounded like he was from the country. He's like a country boy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was trying to figure out if Voight's character was Italian or Irish.
He sounded like he was supposed to be like Italian from like New York. He was like a 1950s New York bad guy. That's what he sounded like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could have figured out, which I thought was kind of funny. You got this country boy, kinda, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then a New Yorker. That's the best way to put it.
If you could play a bad guy personality in a movie, like what do you think you'd be best at? Why?
If I was a bad guy in a movie, and this is probably really, really bad, I wouldn't even want to be the head boss. I want to be the head hitter.
Why?
Like, just I think. Okay, let me make sure I word this correctly for universe purposes. I just, you're only as good as your right hand man. That's why I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And you got people that can come up with the plans, and then you got your right hand man that does the work. You know what I'm saying? And say, look, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but these two people got to die.
Okay, but I'm saying like playing a character in a movie, not necessarily like if you were a bad guy in real life, like what position.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I played in the movie, I want to be the hitter.
Like what is it about your personality that makes you think you can play that character really well?
Just knowing how to move in silence.
But does that come across in a movie? Does moving in silence come across in a movie?
It depends. If I'm the hitter, then yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I don't
You
know.
know,
Okay, so for example, like if I played a bad guy in a movie, I feel like I'd want to play like have a bad guy that was in like In Too Deep or like a hood.
In Too Deep is with Tyrese, right?
No, that's Omar Epps and LL Cool J.
Okay.
Like I feel like I feel like if I did like a hood, thugged out, like like Above the Rim, like those kind of movies. I feel like if I played a hood bad guy, I think I could take people by surprise. I think people would never expect it, but then I think I could pull it off to where people were like, "Oh shit, I could actually believe him as this hood bad guy." I mean, lo and behold, I'm nothing even close.
Yeah, that's it. That's interesting.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think I could see you as like a like a white collar, like Wall Street, like smarmy dude. Not really like super swarmy, but like like the what are they called? The
I'm the bad guy that's, huh?
like a misogynist, like a misogynist in a suit.
Yeah, I mean, okay, not like American Psycho, right?
No, not necessarily like American Psycho, but
I mean,
that.
because he was clean, always put together.
Yeah.
But
Now, like I think you could play like a I think you could play like a Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. And like a misogynist, like overpowering women.
I don't even know how I should take that.
See that?
I don't know if that's a compliment or a fucking a side shot.
No, I'm saying I think with your personality, I think you'd be able to pull it off because if there's one thing I know about Christopher Brown, he has no fear when it comes to talking to women. And people like that, they walk up and talk to women with like the most confidence in the world. And that's what, that's what endears them to the women. But then I also know you. So you might be able to just be like, nah, bitch, make me a sandwich. Shit like that.
If I had 4 thumbs, I'd give those titties 4 thumbs down.
Yeah. The milk has gone bad.
Oh man.
All right, so they're on this train and they're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and then they're about to try to like go out of there, and because they figured no one's running the train, but then they hear the fucking horn.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they got this random girl.
Yeah, which I thought was interesting. Like, where the hell she come from?
Yeah. Do you think that was to move the story along? Do you think like do you think her character was integral to the story, or do you think she was just there to give like some extra, I don't know, female perspective? I don't know.
I think her character had strong and weak points. Like I think her showing up in the backstory about she fell asleep because she thought she could, all that made sense to me. Like, you know what? I'm on this job right now. I did it. I got me about a good 30 minutes. I can take a nap and I'll be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All that made sense. She knew about the train, Yeah. So that was like, okay, I can see that fitting into the storyline. Somebody coming through that really doesn't know about the train, but knows more than they know about the train.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but do you think if you took her out of the movie, do you think the movie would change any?
Yes and no. Only because she knew that the only way to control all 4 trains was through the main one.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because of course that's how the movie ends on the main train. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But so if she didn't show up, they could have still probably played the part like the runaway train and everything else and just caused a crash and stuff at the end or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But I think it like her part wasn't big, but I do think that it was needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the extra acting wasn't needed, but her part was needed. You know what I'm saying?
I think she was needed. I mean, one, yeah, because she had like her character had the knowledge of like, how to operate the train and shit like that. I think, but I think more than anything, I think her character gave the Eric Roberts character someone to defend. And it was almost like character through action, kind of like it you don't get that change in character of Eric Roberts, like him and the lead character John Voight button heads as much. If she's not there, I feel like he still becomes more submissive, but because he has someone there that he's willing to or trying to protect, even though he asked if she wanted to fuck earlier.
Yeah.
Like giving him that character to guard really transformed his character and allowed them to like, okay, these guys got some good sides to them.
And I think that's why it was needed, because throughout the movie, he's looking up to Voight, John Voight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wants to be like his right hand man.
Yeah.
And Voight don't care about him, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He just wants to get free. But he'll use him at his advantage, which they show later in the movie when he sends him out to try to jump from train to train. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he tried to tell him, yeah, you can do it, and then kicks his ass.
Yeah, because
he can do it.
Yeah. So when the girl comes in, I think that shows a testament of Robert's character, where it's like, I'm a hard ass because I want to be a hard ass for you, but my inner self won't let you abuse this girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why when he first met her, he was like playing a hard ass role, like you want a good fuck. But then when it came down to it, like, you don't give a shit about me. And you kind of do, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna lean towards what my heart wants versus what I think I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had any instances in your life where you felt like standing up for someone else brought out a side of your character that either doesn't normally come out or wasn't there, or you didn't know was there?
Mm-hmm. I know I shared a story with you before on this platform, about an elementary school story about one kid getting bullied, you know what I'm saying? And I just like, I ain't dealing with this shit, like, leave him alone.
Yeah.
And that's what I said at that moment, because I ain't never been no big tough guy, but something to me knew that I'm big enough to defend this guy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've definitely been to situations where it's like, yeah, between that, military wise, even high school, where it's like, I've always felt like I'm strong enough to take the hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know, I know I can bounce back. Like, if it ain't gonna kill me, I can bounce back from it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I feel like I've had situations in my life where, like, not dealing, but like interacting with people who were maybe less fortunate or things like that. It may, like, as a kid, you want the nice things, you want the cool things, the PlayStation, the Nintendo, shit like that. But I think in interacting with, people in my life, I've come to realize that, like, there's a lot of stuff that you want in life but don't need.
Oh yeah.
And it's until you get to those moments where you're faced with, all right, do I get this thing that I want, or do I help out someone who needs it? And you see the choices you make. And
Yeah.
I know the choices I make are 9 out of 10 times going to be, let me help this other person out.
Yeah,
I can figure out my other shit after.
Well, we talked about that before. Remember when you shared the story about you wanting that Jeff Hardy T-shirt so bad?
Yep.
And one little girl couldn't get it, and you just say, "Here, take mine."
Yeah.
And then years later, you got to meet Jeff Hardy in person. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But it ended up showing you at that moment, what you did to want to get that T-shirt.
Yeah.
And then when you got it, you gave it away. So
yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let's talk about that. What did that make you feel like? Did that let you know that you were somebody different?
I mean, in the immediate instance, I was like, God damn, I shouldn't have gave that shirt away. Really
yeah, of course.
But at the end of the day, like, 2 days later, I'm sitting there like, I didn't miss the shirt. I didn't need the shirt. It's just something cool that I had the money for and I wanted. But when I look back at it, I'm like, that might have made this girl's night to be able to get a Jeff Hardy shirt that she couldn't get. I don't know. Maybe it's just a cool story for her now. Like, hey, yeah, I wanted the shirt and some guy gave it to me, whatever. But it's not about like it's not about how she feels about it or whatever. It was learning in that moment that, yeah, like I can do without things, and I keep it generic because I don't want to put like, I don't want to put an exact, item on that scenario, but it's just, when it comes down to it, I know for a fact I can do without things. I can do with what I got.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, did you know before then that you can do without things?
No. I feel like before then I was a kid who was just like, I want things and I need to work to get those things. But before then, until that moment, I was like, okay, yeah, all these things I want, but I can do without them. It's fine.
That's what I'm getting at. So before that moment, like you knew that you wanted the shirt. You worked whatever you do, whatever you had to do to get the money to get the shirt.
Yeah.
You got it, and then you gave it away.
Yeah.
So, but you didn't know until you gave the shirt away.
Yeah.
I did all that work to get the shirt that I really didn't need.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. And now, and to this day, I wonder, one, would I've spent the money on this shirt if I knew I didn't really need it? If I felt in my heart I didn't really need it. Two, was I meant to buy that shirt so that I could give it to this other person? I don't know. I just know that, like, in that instance, I realized, don't be married to things, I guess. Because don't be married to things in a sense that, like, just because you love it at that moment doesn't mean you can't live without it.
It's actually funny. I'm gonna take you to another scenario, a Disney movie, Aladdin.
Okay.
You know how he goes through all that, God knows what, to get that loaf of bread?
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole song that goes with it and everything else. I'm talking the original Aladdin, not the Will Smith one.
Yeah.
And when he gets it, he finally can sit down and eat, and he sees the poor kids.
Yeah.
He just looks at it like, here. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was what you just said. Did you go, even though it's a cartoon, but did you go through all that stuff to get this loaf of bread to give it away? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they couldn't have, if you think about it, them two little kids in the movie couldn't have got that loaf of bread. They couldn't jump from building to building and everything else. So he did all the dirty work. He was like, hey, here.
I think that speaks to a person's character, because, like you said, I can get more. I have no problem putting in the work to get more. Where you don't know if they might be able to. So
got you.
Yeah. All right. So okay. So now now the movie starts focusing on these people in the train station.
Yeah.
The guy that built the system, completely over the top. I don't know why he's getting so angry.
I thought that was
I need you to go and get over here and do this. And he's yelling. And I'm like,
I think that was a woman thing. No, because he said a lot of things about, even when everything first started kicking off, the girl sitting there doing her makeup, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, but no, that was the black dude.
Okay, so that
was the black dude.
Okay.
Hey, you don't need to look no prettier. Go get this man.
Okay, yeah. But I really think, that's what I'm saying. I really think that was a stab at women for being in the work field.
Is it a stab at women, or is it of the time? Like, is that how people talk to women back then? Yeah,
let me use my words correctly, because I'm not gonna say it was a stab at women. I really just think it was more about the times, because she's in the train office doing her makeup, you know what I'm saying? And they're throwing the fit, and even when the warden is tapping on his shoulder, he's like, "Get off my back, woman!" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But there was another time where, like, he throws out a dig at women in the work, and I don't remember what he said, but I remember distinctly thinking, "Oh, that was unnecessary."
Yeah, because he did it a couple of times. That's why I said I think the office scene was really more about that versus what was going on with the train. Yeah. Because even when they find out that there's a third person on the train, and they're like, "Who was it?" And it was like, "It's that the little girl or whatever." He said, "Oh God," he says, "We got a runaway train, and I get stuck with a female. That's just what I need right now."
I think that's what it was. That's what it was. And I was like, "Oh, that's I think maybe just of the time." Like, I don't know. I thought it was funny when dude started mouthing off at the warden, and then he went to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Warden Bowling goes, he pushes his head in the toilet. He goes, I ain't gonna have none of that talking back out there.
Oh yeah. Wipe that piss off your face.
Dude, that dude, I like that warden. He's so over the top, but I like that warden character.
Yeah, like I felt like it was really for him, like a cat and mouse game. He's like, I'm gonna get this guy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Panther. It's like the Pink Panther.
Yeah.
Bro, tell me why when he went to go get this motherfucker on the train, he was like hanging underneath the fucking helicopter for like 25 minutes.
Yeah. For real. Trey go with the tunnel after tunnel after tunnel.
Hold on. First of all, the first guy that came down, he tried to get close to the fucking the train, and he ended up going through the window and killing us.
Yeah, for real. He's like, I see you, Frankie. You want to get me? You never get me, sucker.
Come on, man. You'll never get me. I'm right here, sucker. Come on.
Oh man.
That makes me want to know what their history is. Like they didn't like each other at all.
Well, I mean, if he had him sealed into a cage or welded into a cage for God knows how many years.
Yeah, but for what? I want to know what.
Yeah, true.
Fuck his wife. I don't know.
No shit. Who knows? But there was I know we talked earlier, a significant part where him and Roberts are having a conversation.
Yep.
And he says to him, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna get out.
Before you say this,
Mhm.
like I said, I was half asleep and a little thing. So like I probably missed this. So I'm probably gonna hear this speech for the first time from you. So get it right.
Oh God, well then shit. I was hoping you could piggyback off me because I know there's some things that I probably missed, but basically he tells him when you get out, you're gonna get a job and you're gonna be mopping floors or cleaning the room or something. Basically, he was basically saying he's gonna get a low-level job because it's all he's gonna be worth because he's a felon. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He said you're gonna do that job and you're gonna love it. He said, and then somebody's gonna come in and be like, oh, everything looks good, but you missed this little spot right here, and you didn't get that over there. He said, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna clean that little spot and you're gonna fix those little things, even though the rage inside of you is gonna be ready to jump on this man and cuss him out, whoop his ass. But you can't, you know what I'm saying? You got to retain it. You got to hold it in. And you're going to do that job and then go on with your life. And I know I'm missing some things, but then Robert's character says, I'm not doing that. Is that what you're going to do? And he says, I wish I could. And it was like one of those parts, like, you're talking shit about what this guy's going to do, but you still think you're beneath doing that. Like, you must really think you're really some scum of the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think he was thinking that? Because like literally in the way you transcribed it,
mm-hmm.
I get that as like him going just under the realization that like I'm not leaving here alive. That's how I just literally how you said it. It goes, you're gonna do all this, and it sounds low level, but he goes, I wish I could do that. I wish I could go, but I'm not, because I'm either gonna die here or something's gonna happen. Go back to jail, or I'm gonna die here. It's almost as that realization that like, hey, he's basically telling them, hey, like, go appreciate this little job that you're gonna get, and all the little bullshit you're gonna deal with it. Appreciate that shit, because I'm not gonna get that opportunity.
You know what? I didn't even think about it like that, but that might be what he was getting at, because in the movie he does die.
He sacrificed. Well, does he die?
All
you see is him standing on the damn top of the train.
Yeah, which I was wondering how the fuck's he doing that with that wind gushing towards him. You know what I'm saying?
But can barely get on top of the train to begin with.
Yeah, for real.
And now he's standing up there doing the fucking. You call this a storm?
Lieutenant Dan and shit.
No, like I feel like watching this, you feel like you kind of went on a journey with the characters. Eric Roberts' character was a young guy who idolized, the top level bad guys, wanted to be just like them. And by the end of the movie, he becomes just someone who ends up like knowing that he can achieve more than just that.
Yeah, because he realized that the old dude that he looked up to didn't care about him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's like, I'm doing all this to try to let you know that I'm going to be your ride or die, whatever. And you just threw me to the fucking wolves. Yeah. You don't care about me. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah. But then on the same side of the token, the John Voight character starts off as I'm the baddest motherfucker in here. You're not gonna fucking do shit to me. I'll take a knife to my hand. I don't give a shit. All this stuff. Then by the end of the movie, he's like, this is the life I built for myself. This is the life I have. So I'm relegated to either going back to jail or fucking dying right now. So like, appreciate the opportunities you have, because I don't get those fucking things. So I feel like now that I think about it, it feels like there's a lot of like character growth. Which character do you connect with more?
Oh gosh,
the damsel in distress.
No, fuck that.
Without hesitation.
No, because it's kind of funny. I can identify with both of them, with Voight and Robert's character. And I guess looking at my life at different times where it's like you want to prove to people that you looked up to,
Yeah.
like, hey, I can roll with you, I can hang with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's before I knew myself. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
once you know who you are, you don't got shit to prove to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you don't know that until years later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think at that moment, he's like, I can identify with the fact of, hey, I got you. Whatever you need, I can do it. Let's get it done. Whatever this, whatever. And you think, okay, cool. This person saved me under the wing. They got me too. When you're just a pawn on the chessboard, they don't give a shit about you. You're at the front line. You're made to die first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even the people on the back line are made to die too. I barely even care about my queen because she's gonna die too. Everybody's gotta protect me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you don't get that. So I understood that part, and then I understood Voight's part too, where it's like where you almost kind of give up on life, like your life is going nowhere, and you just want to do something. That way, if you die feeling good. The fact you're feeling good about the fact that you die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I think at the end, when he gets the warden, and he's happy, like, you know what, we're both gonna die, and I knew this from the get go, but I get to take your punk ass with me because you've been an asshole. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay,
that
but which one of those characters do you connect with? I understand you understand like the
no, I'm saying I think I connect with both of them. I really do.
you can't cop out by saying both of them. You got to pick one.
That's not a cop out. Okay,
No,
okay.
because you can understand where each one's coming from, but which one would you rather be?
With it, okay. If I had to choose which one I'd rather be, it would probably
politicking. You fucking Republican Democrat ass.
Fuck you. Matter of fact,
you're trying to hear run for president. I like both.
No, because I'm saying I identify with both. But if I have to like pick one, then I probably identify more with Voight's character. Like a hard shell, done been through a bunch of shit. You know that shit, this is my life. It ain't going nowhere. It's not going to change. I can't change it no matter what I do. Even if I get off this train and I get free, I'm still going to be running for the rest of my life because the water's not going to stop chasing me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wish I could go clean somebody's floor. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, it's just like I'm not as hard as I am. I'm really, really not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why and I think that's why he went and released them. Like, hey, kid, you're a criminal like I am, but at least you got a chance. Go take that chance. You know what I'm saying? Because my chances are gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I had to choose one, probably Voight. Even though I don't feel like my chances are gone, I just really don't give a shit to try more of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think I connect more if I had to choose, because I love the Voight character and his journey. If I had to choose, I'd probably choose the Eric Roberts character, just simply because, growing up, you feel like these are the things that you want to strive for. These are the people I look up to. I want to accomplish exactly what they accomplish. And then you go in that direction and it leads you down a path where you're like, this ain't where I want to be. Or maybe this is where I got to be in order to be like them. But then at the end of the day, you realize like, no, like there's way more shit out there than the path I was going down. And you sit there and you say, I've gone down this path. I've gotten to this point, but there's always tomorrow. Like you're just because you're at that point right now doesn't mean you got to stay there. There is always tomorrow. You can always make a turnaround and make a better decision and put yourself on the path to being greater. And I think that's why I connect with him, because, of all the shit he went through, of all the people he looked up to, at the end of the day, he was like, got to the point where he was like, all right, I think I can actually make something of myself. No matter no matter the position I'm in right now, I can still make something of myself. I just got to go do it.
Yeah, because they both characters accept the fact that they're going to die. You know what I'm saying? But Voight's character is like, I'm not going out like this. I'm gonna die trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Or I'm gonna die trying, but I'm not gonna let you go down that path I went.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't think he's even gonna do that. I think he changed his mind after he caught the warden.
Yep.
Because he's like, I'm gonna die trying because I know I'm gonna die no matter what. He said it. I'm not going back. But when Robert's character sits down and the girl sits next to him and she's like, I don't want to die alone. And he just puts his arm around, like, okay, fuck it, we gonna die together. And that leads me back to that movie that we watched, Don't Look Up. Yeah. It's like if you know you're gonna die, how do you want to die? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we both said, hopefully being around people that we know love us and we love them back, and just take it from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah, it was just
I think,
that.
no, I was gonna say, I think, yeah, I think the character journeys in this movie are really well done, albeit it's hard to take seriously. But
The over the top acting. But
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I get a movie a 6 or a 7, because it had my interest. That's why I'm telling you. I think if you could have really just sat and watched it, I think like I still don't think you'd give it a 10, but I think you would have had a different type of appreciation for it. You know what I'm saying?
I think I got too caught up in the 80s-ness of
Yeah.
it that it pulled me out of like being able to actually look into any deeper meaning.
Mm.
But I enjoyed it. I laughed way more than I thought I was gonna laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where I was just like, it's so campy and so over top, and like, who the hell gives this much about trains that they wrote this movie? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not mad that I picked it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I wouldn't have sat there on my own.
Pick it.
I told you I was typing in the word. The last word I heard, and I was on the phone getting my work together for the next day, and it said trailer. So I typed in the word trailer, and it came Runaway Train.
Crazy that Midnight Train came up when you typed trailer.
Runaway Train.
Granted, because the word I typed in for my choice this week gave me some other stuff where I was like, but okay.
I don't know. I mean, I just had an appreciation for it. Just the fact of the old school, and that's why I said I felt like me personally, it brought me out of today's society.
Yeah,
it made me sit back and get rid of all the shit that you know you're supposed to see. Stop trying to pick the movie apart and just watch the movie.
Yeah,
and
I really like for me, I think doing that. One of the movies I watched where I got that same sense was like, hey, stop trying to pick apart the movie. Stop trying to see what's there and just enjoy it. Was you ever seen the movie The Village? M. Night Shyamalan?
Is that with Nicolas Cage?
Nah, it's one with Bryce Dallas Howard, where they're like living in that small little like Quakerish town. She's blind.
It doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, she's blind, and they live in like this Quaker town, whatever. And there's a twist that happens at the end, just like all M. Night Shyamalan movies. I remember going to the movies to watch it. I was with my boy Chris, my other friend Chris, and his girlfriend, whatever at the time. And I remember 15 minutes of the movie, he goes, "Oh, I figured it out. I already know what's happening at the movie. I know the twist."
Yeah, I hate people like that.
I'm just like, if you're trying to figure it out that early, then you're not enjoying the movie. Stop doing that. You know?
Yeah.
I can't stand that. And again, with this movie, it wasn't me trying to figure out the movie. It was literally, I was laughing so hard. I didn't know if I was supposed to be watching a comedy or a fucking drama. But when he was in jail in the boxing match, how the hell these fucking inmates get knives like that? They all had knives.
Yeah, they didn't have no shanks. They had fucking knives, like straight from the butcher shop.
Bro, he's like, "Come on, I can take this." Come on. He stopped that shit with his hand.
Yeah.
And the other dude came up with his own knife.
Shake them up and everything.
Yeah, and he started getting beat up by the guards. The guards didn't do anything before because they try to set up John Voight's character. And then next thing you know,
that he's the original badass.
Yeah, start jumping his boy. Man, jail movies fucking change over the years. They went from that. What's another? You ever seen American History X? That's a jail movie.
That's one movie I've heard so much about it, but I choose not to watch it, and I don't really know why.
Right, it is. I remember watching that when I was in 10th grade, and it's a motherfucker. Like it's Edward Norton, right? Yeah, that's a fucking drama. Like that's a serious fucking drama. It's fucking very good. It's probably in my top 10 movies all time.
I don't know why I can't bring myself to watch it, because I've heard so much about it. Everybody says it's a great movie. Of course, it's racist shit and all kind of stuff, whatever. But I just can't bring myself to sit down and actually, I'm watching this movie today. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get that. That's how I feel about The Godfather.
Really?
I ain't never seen The Godfather.
I mean, I know you never seen it, but So
I have no interest. Like I've never seen Sopranos. I have something about it. I just don't have an interest. This weekend they were telling me to watch Sopranos. Just something about it. I just don't have an interest in watching it. I'm sure if I watch it, I might like it. Like it took, like I said before, it took me to like a couple years ago to watch Scarface. It's just not, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Shit, it took you what 2 weeks ago to watch fucking Gladiator, and that's not even as old as that.
I know,
but man,
that's the thing. I like those kind of stories. I just don't know why I never watched Gladiator. For some reason, I never got the urge to be like, no, I'm putting this in right now. What's the movie that you watch all the time that would make people go, just look, we give you that little like that weird look?
You know what? I don't know, because I got a wide variety of movies, as we both do.
Yep. I don't want to call them a guilty pleasure because I don't believe in guilty pleasures. But
I've noticed something. A lot of the movies that I choose to really, really like, they hit me emotionally in ways that I think I don't normally show. Like Big Fish. The reason why I love it is because I want to, for myself, I want to know when I die, the people that I helped out throughout my life remember me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah. 300. When I die, I want to die beside somebody that I know fought with me. You know what I'm saying? Same with Benjamin Button, another one of my favorite. I mean, it's never in my top. I never say in my top.
Yeah.
But Benjamin Button's one of my favorite movies because of the ending. And you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah. So when he's going through the whole rundown of his life, and he's going back through his mind, he's like, some people made to be artists, which was, the guy on the boat. Some people made to be dancers, which was Daisy, his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And then he gets to Raji's character and says people made to be mothers. It's like, no, it's like people in your life have a job to do that they weren't designed to do.
Yeah.
But it's how you remember them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when I die, how I remember people that helped me. So I think I have like this hidden, not fetish, but like a hidden thing about death that's like, it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I just want to know it's going to happen right. If that makes any sense.
No, I get that, because I feel like in that sense, you and I are peas of the same pod, because I seriously can like a lot, like probably one of my deepest thoughts and like something that has driven my life for the longest is the idea that like when I die, how are people going to remember me? Like, are people going to care that I'm gone? Just things like that. Like, and it drives it. So sometimes I feel like I make decisions based off of, will this person remember me when I die because of this decision, which isn't the way to live. You should make decisions based off of, what's going to make you happy versus how people are going to perceive it. But you ever heard the Linkin Park song, Leave Out All the Rest?
I know I have, but I can't think of the lyrics. I know the song.
Time comes, forget the wrong that I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So funny enough, when I visited you in Tuscaloosa, and one of the nights, I think we went out fucking drinking and playing pool with two girls or whatever. And the girl I was with, whatever, she, when we got there, she asked me, she goes, what song represents your life? Mind you, I just met that girl that night.
I actually remember the girl because look, I'm a great wingman, but I actually remember the girl. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I remember I was a little too interested. I shouldn't have been that interested.
No. You were actually fine. I think she was in a situation.
Yeah.
And still trying to figure out shit.
Yeah. But I remember.
I threw you every alley, but you was dunking it down. I was like, we are winning.
But I remember that night when we got there, she asked me that question. And I said, leave out all the rest, Linkin Park. And I just started singing the chorus. And she was she was, I didn't expect that. I was like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if that's a good thing to not live life towards what would make you happy versus what would everyone else think of you. It's probably not the best way to live.
No, it's really, really not.
But I mean, that's what I was. That's how I was.
But it's so,
and that's who I am. But that's what I was.
I mean, no, it definitely, it's really not the way to live, but it's so hard not to live that way.
Yeah.
Because one of the things people say all the time is people talked about Jesus, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And this is a man that everybody worships, so to speak, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just whatever, just that everybody knows Jesus Christ, no matter who you are, you know what I'm saying? But
I got a question about Jesus. That man walked on water, but his feet was bothered by rocks, so he had to wear sandals. Come on.
Oh God, you're an asshole. Look, he had to fit in. You know what I'm saying?
So
he had to fit in. No.
He wore them Air Jerusalems.
It was the Air Hercs. Where the Air Jerusalems from? That come from you?
I think that was me because I heard someone say that shit and it just cracked me up. Because I always hear Air Jesuses.
Yeah.
That's how, but when someone said the Air Jerusalems, goddamn, I started crying when I heard that shit.
Oh man, that is funny.
Yeah. No, yeah, but the thing about Jesus, like everybody talks about what he did and like how his actions affected them. And I feel like I don't want to say that's how I want to be remembered, but I kind of want to be remembered as in like, oh, he was a good person. But I don't want to live my life thinking if I do this, they're going to think I'm a good person. I want to be able to make decisions because that's how I feel. And I just want people to hopefully see those decisions and be like, he was a good person.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually what it is. It's like mixing what you would normally do on your own 2 cents, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then letting something else try to kind of trigger or twist that thought.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, like when we was out eating, you know, for your parents' anniversary, and our waitress had dropped the plates. And me knowing you did what I know you would do. Stood up, helped to get the plates, called it a day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me also knowing you would tell yourself, this was my own natural action.
Yeah.
But will she remember that I helped her do this? You know what I'm saying? It's a fine line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like I don't want to get to the point in my life where I get the sense you're the same exact way.
No, yeah, definitely.
You don't want to get to the point in your life where you're like, I'm helping this girl pick up the plates so that she thinks I'm a good person. You want it to be, I'm helping her pick up these plates because
I'm a good person.
Yeah, I'm a good person. That's the right thing to do. And then, you know, if someone deems it a good deed, cool. If not, they think I'm just trying to hit on this girl, fine. But I did it because it was my choice versus being driven by what this other person thinks of me because of that choice.
I think that's where society gets fucked up, because you could do something off of being a good Samaritan because, like you said, it's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But then it could get really, really flipped around because let's just say this. Let's just say in that scenario where you did what you were supposed to. You stood up, you helped her get the plates, and everything's cool. And then at the end of the night, we tip her. And then she's like, this is it?
Yeah.
And you're just like, wait a minute. Now it changes your thought process. Like, I just helped you clean up a fucking mess that you did, not me. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You dropped the plates. But then you're going to question my tip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it makes you question your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did it for good, but did I really do it for not necessarily clout?
Yeah.
But it's like, did you want a reaction off of it? Not saying that you did because I know you, but I'm saying people in general. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so on the same line, it's kind of like how, you know, if you look online, you see those videos of like people driving around, they'll give $20 to a homeless person. They'll give a stack to homeless people. They'll go do charity and, you know, they got the cameras rolling and stuff like that. And then sometimes I see that and I'm like, I can't help but think, would you do this normally if the cameras weren't rolling? Or are you doing this simply because the camera is rolling? Like, would you know? And I want to make sure that whatever actions I do in my life, I don't give a fuck if the camera's rolling. It's just something I like to do. It's just it just so happens that the reason why the camera is rolling is because I know that this might inspire someone else to act in the same way. But it's not, the camera isn't the reason why I'm doing this. I mean, for example, I ran the 5K for the Flutie Foundation, a couple months back.
Mhm.
I did it just so I could go do it because I wanted to support and do all this stuff. And then I remember someone at work being like, "Yo, next time you do that, let us know. We'll send a camera crew and all this different shit." And I was in my head, I was just like, "Yeah, but I just wanted to do that for me. Like that was for me just to go do because I wanted to support." But then after I was like, "Yeah, I get that you're doing it for you, but if other people saw you doing it, that could make them want to support too." So it's that whole like, just expanding and just letting other people see. So it's a fine line. I think it's just, you got to make sure that your intentions are correct and not for the show, but you don't mind the show being there because it just helps spread the message out there.
Mm.
What's the last charity you helped?
That's charity I helped.
Yeah.
Shit.
Charity at Chris Brown.
Shit, the charity of Jack Daniels. Shit. Shit. The charity of schizophrenia. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I got you. Some actions are wide for the world to see. Some of them are hit a lot closer to home. Either way.
What's that saying say? What is it? Do what you want and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind.
Yep.
And shit. Yeah.
Yep.
People that know me know. If you don't know me, then shit, you're not supposed to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And if you want to put in the effort to find out, then we can talk.
There you
Otherwise, don't ask me. I'm not gonna come out, spouting.
Yeah.
All right.
Like our idiot brother.
Yeah,
she wanted the crazy story and she wouldn't get it, but her brother just had a conversation and got everything. That's simple.
Yeah, intentions. That's all it is. So that's the Runaway Train.
Indeed.
A 1985 classic. Air quotes.
1985 class. I'm not gonna say a classic, but a class.
Bro. All I know is it's if you're gonna watch this movie, just know it's gonna show every part of 1985 for you.
Definitely.
All right. So that's our go ahead.
Before we go, let's talk about the last quote of the movie.
Go ahead.
You remember? I actually had to write it down.
We go pee real quick.
Oh shit. Okay, here we go. Well, then I'll read it for the crowd, and I'll read it for you when you get back. So, if you guys decide to watch the movie, or decided to watch the movie, at the very, very end, there's a quote that says, "No beast so fierce, but know some touch of pity. But I know none, and therefore I am no beast." Richard III / William Shakespeare. And my brain's been trying to figure this shit out for a while since I watched it. And hopefully when my partner gets back, we can talk about this and elaborate more, because I really, really think that there's some deep, in-depth things to not necessarily people, but yeah, people, animals, whatever, that are so beastful, you know what I'm saying? But they know a little bit of pity. And my partner just got back, so I'm gonna read the quote again. And before I read this quote, there's a part in the movie where, I don't know if you remember this. He said,
while you were talking about reading the quote and stuff like that, I just pictured you standing up at the pulpit. Lord Jesus Christ, this is the word of the day. Lord Jesus Christ. Hell yeah. Ha.
I don't even know where that came from.
just the way you sounded. You sound like you was giving, the Sunday word of the day.
No, because I'm reading it because something in my subliminal says this is important.
Okay.
But I haven't completely figured it out. But as I read it before we went to the bathroom, it took me back to another part of the movie. Remember when Robert's character says, "You're an animal," and he says, "No, I'm worse. I'm human."
Yes, I remember that.
Okay.
A few quotes I remember from the movie.
Okay. So that one was to say, because humans, shit. Animals kill for a purpose, whether it's to eat, whether it's to defend their family.
Yeah.
Humans kill because it felt good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, this is the quote. It says, "No beast so fierce, but knows some torch of pity. But I know none, and therefore I am no beast."
Hold on. Read that one more time.
Look, the shit. Look, my brain is like trying to figure this shit out.
Read that one more time.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
No beast so fierce.
Let me get in the mode.
Okay.
Close my eyes.
Really talk to the Asian ancestors.
I gotta talk to the people that was in them quotes you sent me. Just so y'all know, Chris sent me some racist ass quotes.
No, they weren't racist. I send quotes out at least every couple of days of just like that I come across, and yeah,
it just so happened that they talk in an Asian vernacular,
but they were Japanese proverbs, so I felt like it was okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
No beast so fierce, but knows some touch of pity. But I know none, and therefore I am no beast. Is it like I know no pity, so I'm not a beast?
I feel like because I feel like a beast. I feel like they're saying a beast knows some pity. Like a beast will take pity on certain things or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But he's saying that like I don't know that. I don't know how to take pity on people. So that means I'm not a beast.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, because one thing people say when you come across a bear is if you play dead, the bear might play with you, but it's less likely to hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it says no beast so fierce, but know some touch of pity. A touch is that simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So know something so small of pity. So it's like, okay, I pity this person's life because they're already dead or they're dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them be. You know what I'm saying? But I know none, which means I know no pity. Therefore, I am no beast.
Maybe he's worse.
I
don't know. Oh, maybe he's saying that he's like, because he said he's like, he said I'm worse. I'm a human. Where like, it's like, I don't know. I guess a beast, like instinctually, a beast can go crazy and do whatever. But at the end of the day, like it'll have pity on someone who's already injured, someone, whatever. Like there'll be a state where, okay, that beast will take pity on something. Mm-hmm. Where he's saying, I don't know any of that. So I'm not a beast because I'm not going to take pity on anything. I don't know. That's a weird quote.
It's weird, but I feel like you're touching on something. It's like, I'm not a beast. I'm worse than a beast. What the fuck is worse than a beast?
I think, and in all honesty, I think in this case, human. I think a human's worse than a beast because at the end of the day, a beast is a beast because that's his natural inclination. He's a beast because the scenarios of life made him that way. Whereas a human, sometimes you are doing things because you choose to. You know, I'm sure in his sense, he got to the point where he's at in life because of his choices, not because nature made him that way, because he decided to make those decisions. So I think that's him saying like I'm not a beast. I'm worse because like I knowingly made these decisions, not because I needed to kill for food, not because I needed to do something to survive. It was,
I did this because I wanted to do it.
Yeah. I can see that.
Okay. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, but yeah, that was a quote at the very end of the movie. And
is that your quote for the movie?
No, my quote for the movie, my quote for the movie, fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. Now you got me thinking, because just to backtrack, I've been studying this quote since I read it.
Yep.
And I was just like, because I didn't fully understand it. Like, I don't understand what is going on, but something tells me it's very, very important. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And bouncing ideas off of each other like we always do, it makes sense. Like, I'm worse than a beast because a beast still has a touch of pity. something so small, it
Yeah.
still has a touch. Human beings, when they don't want to have that touch, they're worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are the worst form of life on this planet,
Yeah.
in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I in all honesty, I agree with you. There's, when things become very selfish in this world, a lot of
Yeah.
bad things happen, and it's never because things needed to be done. It's because things were wanted to be done.
Want it to be done. Yeah.
So, I don't know. You know what my quote is?
What's up?
Don't overact. If you overact, you might ruin the point of the movie. That's my quote.
Okay. You know what? Fair enough.
And
And
here's the thing: it doesn't just apply to the movie. In life,
indeed,
don't overact. Don't go overboard in your actions because it might not come across the way you intend. And that's how it is. Like the movie, I thought the movie was good, but I don't think it came across the way it intended for me because of the over-the-top nature of it. And scenario, if something minuscule happens, but you are over the top and dramatic in your response to it, people might not take it the way you hope they take it because it looks like you're blowing something out of proportion that doesn't need to be blown out of proportion.
Indeed. I've actually witnessed that. So that's actually a good, even though it's a funny quote for the movie, I do understand the realness of it.
I know plenty of people that have done shit
that overreact for no fucking reason.
Bro, you gonna just step on my sneaker like that? Or like Eddie Griffin would say, man, fuck you and your sneaker, oh big ass motherfucker.
You gonna take my bike to a tree? You know what I'm saying? Oh God.
Yeah. But okay. No, people that blow shit out of proportion because they take scenarios way too personally. And I get it. When something happens to you, you feel like it's a personal attack on you and your psyche and who you are as a person. But like, if you can take yourself out of the situation, step back and just see it for what it is, maybe don't react in such an over-the-top fashion, and you'll be able to handle the situation so much easier, so much better.
Yeah. You know what? I can dig it.
See, I pulled a gem out of this.
Nah, you did. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Yeah, shit. I guess, and my quote is, it's probably gonna sound so cliche, but die with honor, however you define it.
Ooh, my favorite part about that is the however you define it, because honor is completely different to depending on the way you grew up, depending on your scenarios in life. Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah,
I think the issue with a lot of people is they think honor and morality is the same across the board, but it's depending on your situations in life.
Indeed.
I'm sorry. Theft is not always a negative, especially if your kids need to eat.
Indeed.
Sorry.
Indeed.
All right. Well, that is a Runaway Train.
There we go.
1985 classic, chosen by Mr. Chris Brown. If you want to watch, you can watch on HBO Max.
AKA Red Ford Delta. Y'all know who I am.
Well, okay. Well, that's this week's movie. Next week.
Yeah, what you got? Because you just picked this shit on camera. So this is going to be fun.
All right. So
which I actually like because you had no time to think.
Yeah. I had two choices. One movie I was kind of interested in watching already. I just haven't had a chance to watch it. But the movie I picked is The Harder They Fall on Netflix.
And have
you seen it yet?
I have seen it.
Okay. So I can't use that one. That's one of the ones.
But it will be so good to talk about.
Yeah, but it don't work like that. Maybe when we do the episodes where we watch a movie that each other has seen.
Okay.
But I did have a second one, and it is try to see. Goddamn, it's Wind River on Netflix.
Interesting. Okay.
And right now the cover, it's hard to see. It's
Mhm.
just a picture of Jeremy Renner in the snow, just looking off into the wherever.
Hmm.
So
Wind River.
I'm gonna read the caption right now. It
Mhm.
literally says, a tracker with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service assists a rookie FBI agent who's investigating a teen girl's murder on the remote Wyoming reservation.
So we have a I guess a thriller maybe.
I would
Or
imagine so. I typed in the word hunting. I don't know
interesting.
why. I have no idea why I typed in the word hunting. I just said type in the word hunting.
Okay, cool.
But that's our choice for next week. I'm a Jeremy Renner fan. I know some people aren't, whatever,
Mhm.
but I like Jeremy Renner. So I'm interested in seeing what this movie's about.
Cool. Yeah, I can dig it.
What do you okay, so if you see a picture of a dude standing in the snow with a cowboy hat on, just looking out, like
Mhm.
what do you get? And
Well, see, I didn't even think about that. I think about the name Wind River. I'm thinking about, the elements, earth, fire, wind, water, all the good stuff, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
yep.
I feel like the wind is the only thing that can move the water because water is going to flow no matter what. If it finds a crack to get into, it's getting there.
Yeah.
So when you call it Wind River, a river is already flowing. But if the wind is pushing, where's it trying to push it to? So I'm stuck on the title, Wind River.
I feel like Wind River is it's just gonna speak on the location of the movie or the
Mhm.
wherever it's set. But I have this thing about people just standing out in like wilderness by themselves. I don't know why, but it always piques my interest because in my head I always think, what brought this person to this scenario?
Mm.
You know, and where would you, if what scenario, what environmental situation would you ever find if you found yourself in, you would feel lost or struggling? Buffet.
I swear I can't stand you. I swear I cannot stand you. Because I was really trying to go somewhere with that. And then you took me to a buffet. I'm like, wait a minute. There's pork chops and there's crab legs and there's fried chicken
For them crab legs,
and there's macaroni and cheese.
people be descending on them crab legs like they're giving away free money.
Man, for real. Oh God. Okay. Okay. What's the question again?
All right, what environmental scenario,
Mm-hmm.
if you found yourself in it, would you feel like at an utter loss, like just you don't know what to do in this situation?
Mm. Mm. That's a deep question for me. You ready for this one? Watching everybody I love.
Talk a little closer to the microphone,
Oh
bro.
shit, yeah, I'm off. Okay.
There you go. You was getting real philosophical.
Yeah, because the only time I ever felt lost in my life
Mhm.
is when people I love are going downhill and I have to let them go downhill.
Yes, I understand that.
Mm-hmm. It's not watching. You have to watch it, but you have to let them go downhill,
Yeah.
and you can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
And you feel so lost because you
Every,
can't do shit about it.
every instinct in your body is telling you, hey, put that hand out and reach for them. But you know, I can't do that in this situation.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel that. I feel that.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I think one of the most like, I don't want to say like one of the moments where I struggled a lot was knowing that like I see someone I care about in a scenario where I see every avenue to get out of that scenario, but I can't be the one to pull them out that scenario.
Yes.
If I try, it's just gonna put them further into it.
We're both going down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that feeling a lot.
Yeah. That's why I said that's why I said that was an interesting question. That's why I zoned out for a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the drink and
You went
everything
all
else.
MLK for a second there.
Hey, shit.
No, it's yeah, I feel like with your personality and my personality, like I think our biggest, I don't want to say cruxes, but the situations in life that weigh heavy on us the most
Mhm.
is the situations where we know in that scenario we can't help,
Yeah.
no matter how much we want to try.
I told you that night I called you. Like I will never be lost physically. I can read the stars. I can read the weather. No, I take. We laugh and joke, but I take pride. I will never ever ever be lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ever. I'm not going to let it happen to me.
Mhm.
However, the only time I've ever felt lost was when I'm watching somebody that I know I love go downhill and I can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's a really 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 lost feeling of
Um,
what do I do? What can I do? What shouldn't I do? And you can't find an answer for any one of them.
bro, I've been in that situation where you have someone you love, just you're watching them go down this path that
Mm-hmm.
like you're falling into the saw, you're falling into this depth within this hole, and everything you try to do to pull them out of it just pushes them down deeper to where
Mm-hmm.
you got to sit there and be like, I can't help, because if I try to help, they're just going to go down further. I got to let them try to, climb out, and just let them know that, hey, when they climb out, I will be there for them, but I can't do anything right now. Like, oh man, yeah, that's a deep one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Right. Well, on that note, that is the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's movie therapy podcast. It is so fucking good to be back.
Yes,
God damn,
indeed.
it's been like what, 3-4 weeks?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Damn. I don't like it. I don't like it, but
Look,
obviously, life happens.
this was definitely needed
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
I got a little pressure going on over here. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you and I both. You can see the bags under my eyes. Like,
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
they're getting there. I can't wait. I'm about to take a road trip with my little my right hand man Ryu,
I
and
was gonna say your right hand.
yeah, that's my little dude.
No, I'm talking
Literally,
about your like.
literally my right
No,
hand.
no, I was talking about your right.
Bro, I swear to God, you need Jesus.
Oh, good.
You need
Hey,
Jesus.
hey, hey! I'm just saying.
Nah,
Look, why the fuck? Oh,
what happened?
fucking juice, man.
I'm saying Jews don't respect you no more since John's been around. And
Mm-mm.
I got someone that takes me on walks. You ain't shit. You ain't
But
shit.
she's laying all over my clothes. She won't move from my clothes. She gets on my clothes like, oh yeah, this is my new bed. Get the fuck off. You got hair.
So I was doing laundry the other day, and Ryu came out and laid on all my good laundry. I'm like, this is why I walk around with dog hair on me all the time. It's because of him. I don't mind it.
And
But
she knows she's wrong. Like I literally had to whoop her ass like 2 days in a row. And she knows, okay, don't do this. To the point where when she knows my alarm goes off, I hear her get up out this room and walk down the hallway because she knows she has to be here. But tonight she's like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna lay on the clothes.
nah, bro,
Like she's literally sitting right here, like, fuck you, man.
bro, you got to be appreciative of the fact that she wants to be around you like that. Here's what you got to take it as. She's appreciative that you brought someone into her life she's not alone throughout the day anymore. You get me?
You always got a fucking wild way of looking at shit.
No, she's before you would leave to go to work and she'd be alone all day. But now she's got a friend that's there with her, keeping her company. She don't have to be alone. So now she's looking at you like, this is what I needed. Like, thank you. And that's why she wants to be around you.
You know what's funny? Maybe I'm a little drunk, but she just looked at me and her eyes were saying what you were saying. This is fucking weird.
This is exactly why I was trying to find that rainbow cat toy that you were talking about, because I see it in Ryu that, like, look, I because I travel so much for work, like I like leaving him at the dog sitter because his friends are there. I know she's gonna take care of him. It's a safe space for him to go to, that when I'm not around, I know he's having fun and safe. And so when he comes home, he's appreciative of it, hangs out with me, lays next to me in bed, all these different stuff, because he's like, thank you for not leaving me alone. Because, yeah.
Yeah. This is why
Appreciate
people
you,
need people.
dog.
This is why people need. This is why people need people, because I never even would have thought of that scenario. But for some stupid odd reason, I understood it.
Yeah. It's just a point of view that like you're not always gonna take a look at, because in your mind it's just, hey, you're ruining my good clothes. Where if you look at from the other direction, like I just want to be close to you. The clothes smell like you, and I've been alone for 8 hours a day for the last however long, but now I have a friend with me, and it's because of you. So thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nigga, if I could turn my camera around, you'd see she just has no fuck to give right now, but she looks like she's grateful.
Yeah.
it's fucking weird.
I tell you, my dog, if he's grateful, he's turned upside down, legs in the air, just like he's getting abducted.
He's praising baby Jesus.
I'm gonna take a picture of him. Like, good Lordy, Holy Ghost,
hallelujah. Oh man!
If I see a picture of him like this, I'm just gonna put voices. But hallelujah, praise Jesus.
For real, that'll be a meme. Like a new challenge. Take a picture of your dog praising Jesus.
Bro, do you think pets get the Holy Ghost?
Really?
You never know.
You said pets. So the first thing I went to was a fish, just swimming around like hallelujah, swimming through the water. Like no.
You never know. You never know. When the fish jumps out the water and flips around, he might have the Holy Ghost.
Or he's trying to eat. What's wrong with you? Oh man.
All right. On that note, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, man.
It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
I'm going to grill me some chicken and eat some ramen noodles. A cheap ass but protein meal.
Hey, I'm
with the fried egg, for the record.
Oh, nice. That's that egg. You're gonna sunny side up it, or
yes, indeed. The yolk has to be runny.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
I need to get you a fucking not immersion blender. I already got you an immersion blender. I need to get you a immersion circulator.
What the fuck is that?
You put it in water, and you can set the water at a specific temperature, and it reaches that temperature. You can cook things in it like slower.
Okay, gotcha.
But like you can vacuum seal like chicken or fish inside, like seasoning and all that shit, and then cook that in the water. And then you take it out, crisp it up in the pan. But if you do that with eggs, 60 degrees Celsius egg for an hour, and you just crack that motherfucker open and it oozes out.
That's the Asian side, people.
Bro. Well, I think I just got a hard on.
Oh God.
All right, we out.
Oh man. Hey, people, y'all. Stay tuned. Next week, next episode is Wind River. And here we go. Sarat and Chris's Movie Theory Podcast.
Yes, sir.